Hope you are doing well. Today, horror incident about unseen entity or demon. Craig was a boy from a place called Ancient Villa. It was a small village with old houses and quiet streets. In 2017, Craig and his dad decided to visit this village. Craig's dad used to live there when he was a boy, and he wanted to show Craig around. The village was very old and had a lot of history. There were big houses made of stone and wood. Some of the houses looked like they were falling apart, but people still lived in them. Craig and his dad were going to stay in one of these old houses. When they arrived, Craig was excited, but also a little scared. The house they were staying in was very big and very old. The walls were covered in ivy and the windows were dusty. Inside, the house was dark and smelled a little funny. But Craig's dad told him not to worry. "It's just an old house," he said. "Nothing to be afraid of." Craig and his dad got settled into the house. They decided to sleep in the common area, a big room with a high ceiling and a large fireplace. There were 2 cots set up for them to sleep on. Craig's dad told him stories about when he was a boy and how he used to play in the village. That night, as they were lying on their cots, Craig heard a strange sound. It was a jingling noise like the sound of anklets. It seemed to be coming from the roof. Craig got scared and grabbed his dad's shirt tightly. His dad tried to calm him down. "It's probably just the wind," he said. But Craig wasn't so sure. Craig finally fell asleep, but he had a strange dream. In his dream, he saw his dad making some weird movements. It looked like his dad was floating in the air. Craig tried to reach out to him, but he couldn't move. He felt very scared. When Craig woke up, he saw something even scarier. His dad was actually floating a little above the cot. Craig couldn't believe his eyes. He started saying holy words and prayers that his grandma had taught him. After a while, his dad fell back onto the cot with a thud. Craig was very scared. He shouted and ran downstairs. He woke everyone up in the house. The other people staying there came to see what was wrong. Craig told them what he saw. At first, they didn't believe him. But when they saw how scared he was, they started to worry too. Craig's dad woke up and came downstairs. Craig told him everything that happened. His dad looked very surprised. He said he had a strange dream too. In his dream, he saw people without faces. They were carrying him on their shoulders, like in a ritual. He didn't know what was happening, but he felt very scared. The next day, Craig and his dad talked to the people in the village. They wanted to find out if anyone else had experienced anything strange. Some of the villagers told them stories about the house. They said it was haunted by the spirits of people who used to live there a long time ago. These spirits would sometimes visit the house and scare the people who stayed there. Craig and his dad decided to leave the house and stay somewhere else. They didn't want to take any more chances. They found another place to stay in the village, and they felt much safer. Craig couldn't stop thinking about what happened. He wanted to find out more about the house and the spirits. He started talking to more people in the village. He learned that the house used to belong to a family who practiced old rituals. These rituals were supposed to bring good luck, but something went wrong. The family disappeared, and people said their spirits stayed in the house. Craig also learned that the jingling sound he heard was part of the ritual. The spirits would wear anklets, and the sound was a sign that they were nearby. Craig felt a little better knowing this, but he was still scared. After their stay in the village, Craig and his dad went back home. Craig was happy to be back in his own bed, but he never forgot about the strange things that happened in ancient villa. He would often think about the spirits and the rituals. Craig decided to learn more about old traditions and rituals. He read books and talked to people who knew about these things. He wanted to understand what happened to his dad and why the spirits were in the house. Craig became very interested in history and decided to study it when he grew up. Years passed and Craig grew up. He went to college and studied history. He learned a lot about old villages and ancient rituals. He even visited ancient villa a few more times to do research. Craig discovered that the rituals were part of the village's history and were meant to protect the people. One day, Craig found an old diary in the village library. It belonged to a member of the family who lived in the haunted house. The diary explained that the rituals were meant to keep the village safe from evil spirits, but something went wrong and the spirits got trapped in the house. Craig finally understood what happened. He felt sad for the family and the spirits, but he was also glad that he could solve the mystery. He shared his findings with the villagers, and they were grateful to him. Craig wanted to help the spirits find peace. He talked to experts and learned about ways to help spirits move on. He and the villagers performed a special ceremony to free the spirits from the house. They said prayers and made offerings. After the ceremony, the strange sounds and scary dreams stopped. It's my advice, if you ever visit, remember to be careful around the river and the forest. For the spirits that are hungry for fear, always inquire about the house before moving. Keep yourself and others safe from any type of scary activity. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.